normal shock wave, okay, basically shown here. Hold on a minute. Oh boy. So no dogs on my walk today, and I didn't find any money. Just a review of it, okay? It's also called iso and energetic when the temperatures, T1 basically is equal to T1. Isentropic upstream, isentropic downstream. What's isentropic mean? Fixed normal shock wave. What's isentropic mean? Everybody knows isentropic means that the constant entropy, basically no heat transfer, essentially, correct, mundo. So there's the different normal shock wave relationships over on page 233. Actually, this actually came from NASA. And same thing, okay, just I gotta reiterate what we got here. Compressible gas experience shock wave as the velocity drops, okay, from supersonic to subsonic. Really happens over a very thin area, different thermodynamic properties upstream, downstream. Shock wave forms normal to the area, flow area. So basically, strength of the shock wave is measured by the change in the Mach number across it overall. Again, no loss in heat, adiabatic, total temperature is constant, but if it's not isentropic, so the total pressure decreases. Temperature, again, upstream, 233, different relationships, okay? Now, these are different than the isentropic flow conditions. These equations just are for, these equations here just are for normal shock waves. Right? And you're not going to get, you can get other kind of shock waves, but really typically that's really what they're interested in. So you got a K factor here too. Right? Again, you have your pressure, temperature, your, again, of course, the normal shock waves, and your PO2, PO1, you know, based on the temperatures there, to that based on a function of your Mach numbers. So anyway, we'll do an example, okay? Air enters a converging, diverging nozzles. So where you'll see this is on nozzles, all right, flowing and stuff like that. You're not going to be doing airplanes and stuff like that, but that's a good analogy. Converging, diverging nozzle over supersonic wind tunnel. Pressure is 1 megapascals, 300 degrees Kelvin, with a low velocity. If the normal shock wave occurs at the exit plane of the nozzle, at a Mach number of 2.4, determine the pressure, the temperature, Mach number, velocity, and stagnation pressure after the shock wave. All right. So essentially at P1, okay, is a value of 0.0684. Okay, if you look it up in T1, basically, if you look it up, assumptions: air is an ideal gas, flow in the nozzle steady, one-dimensional, isentropic, shock wave occurs at the exit plane. Right? To that. Give those two values in here. So really simple. Okay, fluid properties after the shock wave denoted by subscript 2, related before the shock wave. You go into the tables, look up a Mach number of 1 is 2.4. So we get a Mach number at 0.2 after the fact. Okay, after the shock. Okay, and then you got your pressure relationships to the shock wave here, P2 and P1, temperatures in T1. And then you got your static pressure here. And so what they're asking several different things: static pressure and the overall, stagnation pressure and the static pressures and the static temperatures. So we got 1, 2, and 3. All right. So I'll come over here when you got a Mach number 0.523. And hopefully they're going to give you one with a Mach number that you don't have to interpolate to. All right. So anyways, then stagnation pressure, PO, okay, becomes... here you got your relationship here, 0.5041 here, and you got your 1 Pascal, right, given in the problem statement, plug in through the numbers. P2 here, your static pressure, right? Very simple, okay.